Hello, my name is Nolan, and you are listening to Talk to Me, a Prowl Radio interview segment. Today, I am here with... Allie Eyes. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Wally. I'm the guitar player in Alley Eyes.
I'm Colton, singer and rhythm guitar.
I'm AJ, I'm the bass player.
Jason, hit drums.
Now, you guys have been really busy lately, playing shows all over Milwaukee. Has there been anything in particular that sticks in your mind as a favorite gig or venue?
We played a pool party. I would say that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Minimal clothing, heat stroke under the sun while playing. Yeah.
Like an outdoor event?
Yeah, it was just at a friend's backyard pool party.
That's awesome.
His parents had a very, very large house, and when we all walked up, we were like, are we supposed to be here right now?
Yeah.
No.
You're about to get run out of town.
Well, I mean, on a little bit of a different level than a pool party, one might say, you guys did play Summerfest this year,
This is true.
opening for legendary rock band Styx on BMO Harris.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I got to briefly walk past the lead singer of Styx, and I went, hi. And he went, have a good one. And I went to shake his hand, and his bodyguard just gave me the...
Well, the other thing you learned doing that, there's one bathroom back there, and
Oh.
only Styx can use it.
Yeah.
We went up to use the bathroom, and they're like,
Yeah.
This is Tommy Shaw only.
no,
Pretty
literally,
much,
yeah.
yeah.
They were like, if they decide not to let you use this bathroom, you're not going to. And then as soon as the first trailer rolled up, a just sticker went on the door, and it was like Styx. And we're like,
Yeah.
all right, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go out with the rest of the people to go to the bathroom.
It was a lot of fun though, like biggest stage I think we've ever played, a lot of area to run around, so my hyperactive self was finally able to have the space I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say too much space.
Too much space, yeah.
Didn't know what to do with it.
So with a gig like that, how would you say it's different from somewhere like a pool party or like a local Milwaukee DIY venue in terms of how you prepare, how you rehearse for something like that?
Yeah. Well, I think we always prepare pretty intensely. No matter where we play, we want to play the biggest we can, the best we can. Like, I think our ethos has been like, even if we're playing a basement show, play like you're an arena band, you know, singing to the back seats at Wembley or something. But, so the preparation isn't much different. I think it's probably just a little more anxiety and jitters beforehand, at least
Yeah.
at my end.
The show experience is different because you can tell the minutia of what you're doing a lot better than if you're at like a pool party and it's just kind of doing it live. Like you're working with the giant setup that like, you know, Vampire Weekend was on that stage, 21 Pilots. So like every little nuance of the show you can notice, so it sometimes messes with your brain a little more.
Yeah. Now, specifically with that Summerfest show, I saw something that was really interesting, specifically with how you rehearsed for that show, in the way that you mentioned that you didn't, parentheses, separate states. Can you explain that a little bit?
Jesus. Yeah, I was in Arizona for the 4th of July, and I had to charter a plane back to Milwaukee. No, I'm just kidding. But I did have to fly back, so we were gone. Or we didn't rehearse really for that set, and that was the longest.
Yeah.
The longest time requirement we ever had to fill, and then it was a little intimidating when we got there. The stage manager's like, if you play like 60 minutes, I'm not going to pay you. So we had to really do the whole shebang.
Yeah.
So it was a little...
So the three of us met up, Jason, me, and Wally met up and practiced a little, and we just had to trust that AJ was doing enough on his own in Arizona to figure it out and make it work.
I didn't have a bass in Arizona.
Had you
but-
rent one, actually?
No. I did not.
Said you were gonna.
I'm just that good.
So when you're playing, is there a specific song that you like to play the best or that you think like really exemplifies how you perform? A favorite?
Float Away, probably.
Yeah, our song Float Away is one of our more dramatic songs. It's aggressive, it's got a, you know, kind of a story and a movement to it, and it really lets us showcase some of our aggression, our storytelling, but also our love of like finding ways to take a song that was recorded one way and find a way to change it or make it more interesting. So we end up like segging out of the end of Float Away into The Chain by Fleetwood Mac and closing our set on that. So yeah, just trying to take what we do, what we've done in the studio, and just make it even more interesting and big, and you know, something fun for the audience to see.
Yeah, third or fourth to the end when we started this year for doing shows, and it just worked enough and popped a crowd in a good way that it's kind of become like de facto.
The
a
first
song
time
of
we
the
did
night.
that was at Summerfest too, without practicing it like at all with everybody, and we just were like, "This is in E minor. Let's go for it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to songs like that have like a bigger, like almost a cinematic feel, one of your new songs, Above the Neck, did come with a really cool video that has a whole bunch of John Carpenter classic horror references in it. Is that kind of the feel that we're leaning into for the new EP coming out soon?
Absolutely. It's called Things That Go Bump in the Night, and it's supposed to be almost, not quite a concept album, but just an album that takes inspiration mainly from horror films, specifically John Carpenter, and just like telling stories of everyday life through like horror stories, ghosts, werewolves, etc. And yeah, Carpenter has been like the biggest inspiration totally for that.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was going to ask too, if there are any other types of movies or films that kind of influence your art or your music in that way that you think have kind of given you a drive to create what you guys have been making?
We've workshopped a few ideas with like spaghetti western stuff.
Yeah, those are the horror and spaghetti westerns are the two genres I was raised on. I think the two with the most like recognizable soundtracks or something that really adds to the movie rather than something that you don't pay attention to. Like you can't think of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly without thinking of like the classic whistle or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just having this very big dramatic feel to it. So yeah, we do hope to maybe one day have an album inspired primarily by spaghetti western movies.
We kind of do a little intro to Float Away too. What we've been doing that's like
Yeah, we
I
borrowed
forget.
from For a Few Dollars More, which is another Clint Eastwood western.
So, I mean, also two genres with kind of like the most difference between them. I mean, classic horror and spaghetti westerns aren't something you usually see mixed together being used in the same way.
Yeah, to me they were both just like, at least to me personally, my dad is like provided most of my major movie knowledge and love, and he's a kid of the 60s, so it just happened that both of those genres are very prominent in the 60s, even though there's like no other real similarity between them at times.
Mm-hmm. So with this new EP, the second one you guys have made thus far, how would you say that it has kind of evolved from the first one, or how your sound has grown since your first EP?
Honestly, I've been playing this music for so long. Like, we recorded this EP in November last year, and we've been playing it live since, just because that's how it works when you're an indie band. But like, songwriting-wise, I feel like we learned a lot of good, like, tools and tricks of the trade, and I think a lot of these songs we're putting out have like good shining moments in them, and they're really important for just like developing as songwriters. So I think moving forward, because we're already like working on new stuff with us four, and taking some of the concepts that were from that album and bringing them into the new stuff, and anything to add?
I think just, you know, these are all some of the first couple songs we've ever written, both the previous EP and this one that's coming out. And I think we've always had a pretty good ear for like melody and hooks and whatnot, but it's just learning like, it's not just enough for something to sound good. It's like, okay, how do you arrange this so that it becomes the most competent, efficient, you know, pop song that it can be.
So I like, on that subject of moving forward, look into the future, what are some things that Alley Eyes is excited for, gigs you might be playing, projects you might want to work on in the future, stuff coming up for you guys?
Well, we're playing a show on September 30th at the Back Room, before the Back Room dies. We're opening for Jesse Joe Stark, which will be super cool. That was a new opportunity. And then, I don't think it's announced yet, but Prowl Radio will give you guys inside scoop. We're playing October 20th at the Cooperage and doing like, I think we're going to do our EP release show there with some other local bands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be playing with the Keystones, who are also releasing an EP that day, Social Sig, and Tigera. It'll be partnered, or not partnered, it'll be a part of the Flannel Fest events going on that weekend. And we're also going to try and make it like a Halloween event where everyone comes dressed up in costumes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, lastly, are you guys ready for Battle of the Bands?
Yes.
Absolutely, ready to tear some faces off.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for talking to me today. I want to remind everyone that you can find Alley Eyes on Instagram at Alley Eyes, anywhere where music is streamed at Alley Eyes. Do you guys have any final words for the people?
No.